Hello internet, hello, hi, it's Emily. I hope you are all doing well. Today I'm going to be doing my second recent reads video where I just talk about the books that I have read recently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books that I've read since my last recent reads video, plus 2 comic books. So that's a lot of books to talk about, so I'm just gonna jump into it and try not to say too much about each book. So I ended my last recent reads video talking about the book that I was currently reading at the time that I have now finished, and that is Winger by Andrew Smith. This is a book about a boy who lives at a boarding school, basically, and he's younger than everyone else in his grade. He's 14 and he's a junior, and it's just like his life. Basically, that's what this is about. I did not enjoy it, honestly. I thought he was really immature, I guess since he was a 14-year-old boy. Ryan Dean West, the main character, was kind of very insufferable to me, and I just did not like listening to him talk the entire book. And then the end, which everyone told me was really devastating, you're gonna cry, it's gonna be so upsetting. It was horrible. I didn't like it though because it came out of nowhere and made no sense with the direction that this book was going in. Just basically everything about this book kind of annoyed me. I mean, it wasn't like terrible, but it's not something I would personally recommend to people. I think I gave this 3 stars on Goodreads. Now that I talk about it, I may go back and give it less because I really was not a fan of those. After Winger, I read Fire by Kristen Cashore. This is the second book in the Graceling Realm trilogy series. So basically Fire is a monster human. She has like gorgeous red hair and everyone's like mesmerized by her. And she can put her thoughts in other people's minds, which means she can either communicate with them or control them. So that's kind of how this starts off. It's very political. It's kind of slow paced because of how political it is. It's very much about the politics of the kingdom and Fire trying to help out and fix things. I thought it was fantastic. I really love Kristen Cashore's fantasy writing. Fire I really enjoyed. I think I gave this 4 stars on Goodreads. I really recommend Kristen Cashore's books if you've not read them yet. This next book is one that's very popular on the booktubes, but also just basically in the book community. It is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I finally got to read this, which was so exciting. This was so good. It was so cool. If you don't know, Vicious is about 2 guys who are best friends in college. They end up getting superpowers. They end up being like arch enemies and trying to kill each other. They hate each other, and it's done so well. I really liked how the science came in this book. V.E. Schwab explains how they possibly got these superpowers, so I thought it was really cool instead of them just like appearing out of nowhere. I don't know, I thought it was cool. The whole plot is so interesting. The writing is so good. The characters are great. It's a really cool dynamic between Eli and Victor, who are the 2 best friends become arch enemies, and this book was just so much fun. Honestly, it's just so good. It's a really quick read. It's really short. If you have not read Vicious yet, honestly, I don't know what you're doing because you really need to read Vicious or anything by V.E. Schwab. You just need to start reading her books. They're always good. The next book I read will not be coming out until October, and it is We'll Never Be Apart by Amiko Jean. HMH or Houghton Mifflin Harcourt sent this to me, so thank you guys very much. I wrote a quick review of this on my book blog. I'll leave the link down there if you want to hear me talk about it more. This is basically a psychological thriller about a girl who gets locked in a mental facility and is accused of the crime that her twin sister committed. I thought this was really good. It gets really exciting. There's like a revenge plot in this, and there's like psychological stuff, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4.3 stars on Goodreads, which is really weird, I know, but that's what I did. So yeah, I'll be talking about this more in October when it's getting closer to the release date, so you guys will remember about this book and how great it is and how much you should go buy it. The next book I read after We'll Never Be Apart was Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This was the June book of the month for We the Book Jackets, which is my book club on Instagram. I will leave our Instagram and our Goodreads group below if you want to read our book with us in July. This I read in less than 24 hours, and I do not remember the last time I did that with a book. Like, I really don't, and I just read it so quickly. This is a book about a boy named Simon, and he's gay, but he has not come out yet. He doesn't want it to be a big deal, and he meets someone on the internet at his school who is also gay and a boy, and they email each other without knowing who is who. They don't know each other's identities, and they kind of fall in love over email, and it's just about that. Simon is one of the most precious characters I've read about my whole life, and I really wish Simon was real, and I wish he was real so we could be best friends, because I would be so in platonic love with him. So yeah, I mean, Simon, this was incredible. 5 stars. I could not handle how much I loved this. Like, just everything about it was so wonderful. The writing and just Simon's voice. I just liked listening to Simon talk about things. He talks about interesting things in this book. And I think if you were to go buy any book, let me look again. Yes, if you were to go out and buy any book that I'm talking about in this recent reads, you should go buy Simon. Like any of these books I'm talking about, I loved a lot of them, but you really need to buy Simon if you buy any of them. He's so great. Incredible. 5 stars. All of the stars. The next book is a book that I really did not enjoy, so I don't think I'll be talking about it much. And it is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. I wrote a review of this on Goodreads. I'll leave the link down there if you want to check it out. I talk about this a lot more extensively than I'm going to right now. If you don't know about this book, it's basically about a boy named Bruno. He's 9 years old and his dad runs Auschwitz, and they move next to Auschwitz, and he becomes friends with a Jewish boy through the fence of Auschwitz. And I did not like it. I did not like the way it was written. I didn't like the end. I didn't like the end just because it was sad. I just didn't like the end because it was very emotionally manipulating. There was really nothing to get out of this book other than it was a book to make you cry. And that really bothered me, and I just didn't like it. I give this 2 stars, I think. Meh. And this is the last actual book that I read in my haul, and it was Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. This was so good. This was so much fun to read. There's so much in this book that's not in the movie, which is obviously gonna happen, but there's just so much more to the book than there is to the movie. There's so much like detail. The detail in this book is absolutely incredible. Like for the security systems and the way the park runs and the way they make the dinosaurs and just everything, and all of the details are brought back later as little plot points. It's done so well. Nothing is unnecessary in this book. There's so many great scenes in this book with the dinosaurs that they didn't put in the movies that were so cool, and I just, oh my god, all the scenes with the raptors, I was just like screaming out loud. Like I was literally yelling when I was reading this book because so many great things happen, and velociraptors are like everything to me. Like I love velociraptors, and the velociraptor scenes are so cool because they're so smart, and they can like open doors and like chew through things, and they can like make plans and attack as a pack, and they're so great. And this book was just so amazing. This is like a classic. Obviously this is a classic. This is something that like everybody should read, I think. I think everyone should read this. Jurassic Park, go buy it. Yeah. The next 2 things I have to show you are not books, they are comic books. I'm not going to talk extensively about them, but I just want to show them to you really quickly. In the last month, I read Thor, the Goddess of Thunder, and today, actually, I read Miss Marvel, Volume 3, Crushed. Thor was absolutely incredible. I love how Thor is now a female, and it was done very flawlessly. Miss Marvel. The new Miss Marvel art, I think, is absolutely a necessity for someone who wants to start getting into comics. She's so great. So there we have it. Those were all the books that I've read recently. Those were a lot of books that I've read recently. Thank you for watching. Tell me if you've read any of these books. I want to know if our opinions are different or the same. It's always very interesting when they're different. It's also really fun when they're the same. So let me know if you've read them, and I will see you next time. Bye! Me. Okay, bye.